Help me hit 5,000 subscribers. That was the last thing I ever expected to say out loud the night my marriage split open. Yet the words slipped from me in a trembling whisper, a desperate plea to anyone listening, right as my world tilted. She should take a break, she said. She smiled as she said it, not a sad smile, not a broken one, but soft, almost relieved, like someone finally setting down a heavy suitcase they'd carried too long. And in that moment, before I even knew about the betrayal, before the truth cut through everything we had built, a small voice inside me whispered, "This isn't a break. This is an ending." We were dressed neatly, sitting at the edge of our bed, her side perfectly made, mine rumpled and creased. Evening light poured through the curtains, dust drifting lazily in the sunbeams, as if the room itself was waiting for my reaction, leaning in to hear the crack of my heart. "A break," I repeated, keeping my voice calm even as my pulse pounded. "Why now?" She tucked her hair behind her ear, a habit she had once used nervously, but tonight it was controlled, deliberate. "I think we just need space, Mark," she said. "We're stuck." Stuck. A vague, neat word. A lie. I didn't know how I just knew, but I did. Her phone buzzed, and she grabbed it too quickly, too instinctively. My stomach tightened. "Who's that?" I asked. She froze for half a heartbeat, barely noticeable, but enough. "It's just work," she said, placing the phone face down. She never did that. The first crack didn't come from her words. It came from the silence she tried to hide behind. That night, I didn't push her. It wasn't strength, it was fear. Because if she spoke the truth, I didn't know if I'd survive hearing it. But betrayal has a way of clawing its way out, no matter how hard you ignore it. The next morning, she left early, earlier than usual. She said she had breakfast with a friend, didn't specify which one. Didn't kiss me goodbye. After she left, I sat at the kitchen table staring at the cold coffee she'd brewed, but hadn't touched. The house felt different, almost relieved she was gone. When her iPad pinged in the living room, I almost ignored it. Almost. It was synced with her phone. The preview made my throat tighten. "Last night was incredible. I can't stop thinking about you." Then another. "Are you sure he didn't suspect anything?" And a third, the final blow. "When are you telling him?" "I can't keep waiting." My shaking hands picked up the tablet before I could think. The name at the top froze my blood. Ethan. Her coworker, the one she'd complained about endlessly, the one I never thought twice about. Classic misdirection. I wanted to scream, smash something, do anything to make the pain tangible instead of letting it press against my ribs. But instead, I sat, moving slowly, deliberately, as if rushing would make the truth shatter louder. She came home that evening smelling like someone else, different perfume, different shampoo, a different energy. I watched her hang her coat, avoid my eyes. "Long day?" I asked. "Yeah," she said too quickly. "Exhausting." I nodded. "Breakfast with Mia go well?" She blinked, then remembered. "Oh yeah, good." Her lies didn't even bother dressing up anymore. She walked toward the bedroom, and I followed quietly, unnoticed until she turned with that same soft, relieved smile. "Mark, can we not fight tonight? I really don't have the energy." "We're not fighting," I said softly. "But I need to ask you something." Her body stiffened. I held up the iPad. Her face went pale, and in that instant, the truth spilled out. Not in words, but in her posture collapsing, lips trembling, eyes hollow with fear. "Mark, please?" "How long?" I asked. "A few months," she whispered. "Months." I couldn't stop the thought from hammering my chest. "Why?" "I don't know," she said, voice cracking. "You don't know? You don't know why you slept with someone else for months." Tears welled in her eyes. "I wasn't happy. I didn't think you were happy either. So, instead of talking to you, I talked to him." "I didn't plan it," she added. "It just happened." "Most things just happen," I said bitterly. "Car accidents happen. Rainstorms happen. Betrayal doesn't." She covered her face with her hands. "I'm so sorry." I believed her, but sorry doesn't rewind time, doesn't unbreak hearts. I exhaled slowly. You said you wanted a break. Was it because of him? She stayed still. Anna, is this break because you want to be with him? Her silence screamed the answer. Fine, I said, voice steadier than I felt. Let's take a break. She looked up, surprised. But let me be clear, I continued. This break is final. I won't wait for you to decide. I won't be your backup plan. When you walk out that door, you're not pausing us, you're ending us. Her tears fell freely. Mark, don't say that. I'm not the one who ended it, I said quietly. I'm just acknowledging what you already chose. She reached for my hand. I stepped back, and that tiny motion shattered the rest of what remained. The next morning, as she packed, she kept stopping, staring at the walls, the bed, the table, small pieces of our memories, all damaged. I wish you'd fight for us, she whispered. I did, I said. You just weren't looking. She broke fully then. For a moment, I almost reached for her, almost softened. But some breaks are irreversible. Some betrayals cut to the bone. She left quietly. No last words, no slammed doors. Just footsteps fading down the hall. I watched her get into the car, looked up once, eyes red, searching for forgiveness, hope, maybe a sign I'd chase her. I didn't move. And that was the most painful part, not letting her go, but realizing she had left long before I knew. A month has passed. I'm rebuilding slowly, painfully, honestly, steadily. I share pieces of my journey online, the heartbreak, the lessons, the healing. People listen, some understand, some just need to feel seen. Help me hit 5,000 subscribers, I say at the end of each video, half joking, half hopeful. Not for fame, but because every new voice reminds me I'm not alone. And in a strange way, the break she thought would free her gave me mine. Because that day, I didn't lose a wife.